It's now time for Cooking with Crystal, presented by Jeff Crystal Catering.
For the sauteed goose breast and frangelica sauce, you'll need buttermilk, flour, chef seasoning, 2 sliced shallots, a half cup of frangelica, a quarter cup of chicken stock, and 1 portobello mushroom. Today we're going to do a little bit of goose breast that we have fresh shot, and we've sliced it down on a bias. We're going to take a meat tenderizer, pound down your goose. While you're doing that, you can sort of feel through to make sure that there's no steel shot in there. So we'll go through. Now we're going to take our cut, pounded slices of goose breast, put them in a little bit of buttermilk, let them soak for a minute. Inside our saute pan, we're going to take a little whole butter. You might need a little more than that. Add your shallots. Now remember, shallots a mild onion. Has a sweet flavor. If you cannot find shallots, will be in your grocery store with, usually they have a bunch of different onions and things in there, but you can use a red onion, cut it down, use less, because the red onion is a little more bitier. So we're going to let those saute. We're going to take our goose breast that's been in the buttermilk, a little bit of chef seasoning and flour. Place that in there. What we're going to do this time, after we do it once, we're going to dip it back into the buttermilk and then back into the seasoned flour. Just gives it a little bit more of a crust to it. Leave it sit. Okay, now that our shallots are starting to brown off and the sugar's coming out and they're caramelizing, we're going to add in our tenderized goose breast. We're going to let that cook for a second. We're going to give it a quick turn. Then add your portobello mushrooms. When you're sauteing this, you're going to start out on a medium heat. As you add more product, you turn your heat of your pan up. That way, because as you add cold product in, it'll take the temperature of the pan down. So you add more product in, you turn the temperature up. After it gets going and you're nice and brown on all the sides, we're going to start creating our sauce. The pan sauce that we're going to make, we're going to use frangelica and just a little bit of chicken stock. Take your bottle of frangelica. Has a great flavor. It'll be a little bit sweet. Watch. Let it burn off till all the alcohol is gone. A little bit of chicken stock. Touch more chicken stock. Now we're going to add a little bit of whole butter to this. You can see, because of the excess flour that we put on before, as that flour starts to come off the meat a little bit, the sauce is getting a little bit of body. We're going to add another touch of Jeffrey seasoning crystals. Now as you're cooking this down, the thickness of sauces is almost to a personal desire. If you prefer a heavier sauce, then you keep it as it, let it reduce more. If you like a little bit of light body, you know, something that's gonna spread on the plate a little more, then add a little more stock to it. You should cook this for about 10 minutes in the saute pan to finish the goose all the way through. And there we have sauteed fresh goose breast, portobello mushrooms, caramelized shallots, and a light frangelica sauce. For this great recipe and other great recipes, go to the outdoor icon and click on Cooking with Crystals.
So that wraps up a nice hunt today, Den, and until next week, have a great outdoor experience.
Give you one little tip. When you're cleaning geese, it's always good to talk a lot. Work on the same goose and pull the feathers one at a time. And you'll realize the whole big pile of geese gets done a whole heck of a lot quicker if you spend a lot of time talking and looking like you're being busy, while the other guys hurry up and process them for you. Nice little tip.